With Trump's war in Iran ramping up to 11 on the epic fury meter, many on the left are divided over whether it'll be worth all the effort, which has led to a wave of left-wing protests across America. When asked why they were out in force, most said some variation of, "I hate Trump." But they've been busy. Protests against billionaires, for Hamas, for Venezuela, against ICE, for Iran, against ICE. One particularly annoyed-looking man amidst a parade of these demonstrators was reportedly holding up a sign that said, "I'm not with these people. Honestly, I have to go this way to get to work." Several prominent right-wing commentators have also spoken out against the ongoing air campaign, including Tucker Carlson, Matt Walsh, and Megyn Kelly. Probably for very different reasons, I wouldn't know. To be perfectly honest, no one at the station wanted to sift through their podcasts, and neither did I. Regardless, the bombs will continue to fall in the coming weeks, and the machinations will continue to machinate. And some of you might be asking, "Hank, what do you think about all this?" Well, I'll tell you. Hold on. Let me put on my foreign policy hat. Let's see. Where did I put that? Ah, here it is. A symbol of command descending from the heavens to adorn the brow of America's voice. Now. It's worth noting that there are approximately 45 million women and girls currently living under the despotic boot of the Islamic Republic. That's a large swath of humanity waiting for opportunity. I'm not trying to argue that the primary strategic intention of the United States is to free said women, but if regime change is on the table, then so is a secular, more free society. Of course, if this doesn't work out and there's ongoing civil war, I'll be sure to pretend I never said that. Now, we can't ignore this lighting. What is going on with the lighting? Sorry about that. One of the unpaid interns involved in the lighting was kind enough to take the fall this time for Zephyr, grandson of the owner. Don't worry, the intern will be receiving a sizable unpaid severance package. Speaking of non sequiturs, congressional primary season in the United States is well underway. The process kicked off on March 3rd, with primaries held in Texas, Arkansas, and North Carolina. The key takeaway for Republicans? Don't go criticizing Daddy Trump, or the MAGA movement might just move you right out of Washington. Just ask incumbent House Representative Dan Crenshaw, who was unseated in the 2nd District by less compromise-friendly Steve Toth. Crenshaw was the only Texas House Republican lacking that certain je ne sais quoi. Oh yeah, I do know it was a Trump endorsement. And he's not the only Republican facing voter backlash over previous criticisms of the president. Incumbent John Cornyn's key Senate seat is under fire from MAGA hardliner Ken Paxton. Paxton managed to force a runoff election by spending 16 times less on his campaign, said Paxton confusingly. Cornyn is a rhinoceros. Democrats, meanwhile, are coming together to sing Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my lord! James Tallarico, exuding the vibes of a camp counselor, managed to win the Texas Senate nomination handily against the firebrand and viral video virtuoso, Jasmine Crockett. While Tallarico might appeal more to those with anti-Trump fatigue, claims that Jesus was a radical feminist who never technically mentioned abortion, and therefore, ipso facto, it's all good, are unlikely to help him win the Republican-dominated state. But elsewhere, Democrats continue to show unity, choosing the former Governor Roy Cooper for the Senate nomination to face off against Michael Whatley in North Carolina. Although Cooper has an edge in betting odds and early polls, the race is sure to attract a massive amount of money, possibly $1 billion, potentially making it the most expensive Senate race in U.S. history. I'm sure the money, though, will have absolutely no influence whatsoever on either of the candidates once they're in office. This is Hank Baren Bowers, signing off. Zephyr!